So for learning target 2.2, I have these points and they want me to plot the points. So I need to set up my x and y axes, but I need to figure out where to put them. I can't just center the origin because I might not then have enough room to fit the points in. So I have to think about where it needs to go first. So first I'm going to look at my x values, and x's go first. I have an x of 3, an x of -2, and an x of -4. So I need to make sure that when I set my y-axis, I can get all the way to +3 and all the way to -4. In this case, I can center the axis, and I'll have enough room to do that. So I'm going to put my y-axis about here. Notice there are arrows at both ends of the axis. This is a line, and it needs to have arrows. Now for my y values, -5, 0, and +4. So I need to make sure I can get all the way down to -5 and all the way up to +4. If I put -5 all the way on the bottom, -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, I could make this where my x-axis is, and I do have enough room to get up to +4 because I have 10 grid lines on here. So I want to plot these points. +3, -5. Well, I need to write my scale numbers in. +3 for x, down to -5 for y, +3 for x, -5 for y is this point, and I label it with its letter A. -2, 0, so x is -2, y is 0, which means I'm right on this axis, and that's B. Notice this point is 0, 0. It's 0 for x and 0 for y. So I move one square and it becomes -1. The next square becomes -2, etc. And C is -4 for x, so I need to label over here to -4 and up to +4 for y. So I need to make sure I get these scale numbers in that I need. So -4, +4 is C. Now on the next one, my x's are 0, -5, and +4. So if I draw my axis in, I may want to offset it just a tidge. It'll be pretty close to center though, because -5 and +4. I may as well just center it. I can get to -5 here, I could get to +5 here, but I only need +4. And then for my y's, I need to go down to -6 and up to +2. So I can't center this because I wouldn't be able to get to -6. I'm going to move the x-axis up. So I can make sure I get down to -6, and I still have enough room up here to get to +2. So 0, -4 is D, which means I need to go down to -4 on the y-axis, and then put the point and label that D. -5, so label over here to -5. And y is -6, so I need to add a couple of numbers down here. -5, -6 here is E. And then +4, make sure I get my scale in here. And up to +2. Again, notice my scale numbers are directly on the grid lines. I'm not writing numbers in the middle of this box. So +4, +2, label that F.